Okay, so this video has kind of been a long time coming, and I'm making this a lot faster than I thought. So I've needed a new mattress for a long time. My sleep quality has definitely gone downhill, and I decided to finally be an adult, pull the trigger, and buy a real mattress. Now this video is not sponsored in any way. This is an honest review, an honest opening, because this is going to be a long-term review video because it involves sleep. Alright, for those that have been following me on Facebook, you know that I ordered a Purple Mattress. I started seeing these ads probably 6 months or so ago, and I believe it originally started because I've started watching Studio C on YouTube, and one of the people that does the promoting for Purple is a cast member on Studio C, and I really was interested in the mattresses, and I looked them up, and I kind of didn't have any money for it. I didn't do anything special to save money, so I really didn't think of getting a new mattress. Up until about a week ago, I finally decided I'm sick of my bad sleep quality, so this seems to be getting very good reviews no matter who is on YouTube or who's reviewing this product, so I decided to pull the trigger and get a Purple mattress. So here's where the time constraint comes in. Originally, they said the mattress was going to take 3 to 4 weeks, and the base for it was going to take 4 to 5 weeks to get. And I said, whatever, that's fine. I can just keep living on the current mattress setup. Mattress, you'll see what I mean in a little bit, and I'll just work through it. I get an email and Facebook notification from Purple, and it says your stuff has been sent. It'll be there by next Friday. I get an update. It'll be there next Thursday. I check it today, and it says your stuff will be delivered by the end of today, which is Tuesday, the 18th of April. And I'm like, this is coming today. This is insane. This is wonderful. So I'm at work, and I'm waiting, and I see the guy roll up with this big tube, and then he brings back this big box. And he had my Purple stuff with him. Now the box is the base station. That's what the mattress sits on. It doesn't need any type of box spring or anything underneath. It just sits on this metal frame that I have to put together. And here's the mattress itself. It is a queen size mattress. It weighs 111 pounds, which is very hard to lift by yourself. Trust me, I had to do it today. But that will eventually, I will unseal it, and it will eventually blow up into its proper size. So my time constraint is I want to sleep on this tonight. So I want to get it open. I need to do a review video. I need to do a setup video, but I have jail tonight at 8:30 is when it starts. I have an hour and a half to shoot everything I need to make my bed stuff and to get this thing up and running. So I'm very excited, but first I've got to show you what my current bed is, why my current bed is the way it is, and you just have to see this for yourself. Alright, so as I said before, I have been in desperate need of an actual mattress for a really long time. And this is the reason why. And as much as I appreciated this when I first got it, it's just kind of become an annoyance now. So this is my current mattress, and as you can see, it is not a standard mattress. It's not as high as a regular mattress. It's not nearly as big as a regular mattress. It is in fact just 3 pieces of foam. You have your first piece right here. Underneath that, you have a baseboard, like just a piece of heavy particle board, and then you have 2 other pieces right beneath that. Now, the reason I have this is because now when I got out of high school, when I first went to college, my first year of undergrad, I had a mattress. I was part of a student housing program. After that, though, I never bought a mattress. I never got another mattress. I slept on pullouts, or I just slept on blankets that were just sitting on the ground. I just never had a mattress. My dad felt really kind of like bad for me, really sad. He's like, I don't understand why you don't have a mattress. And Dad, I don't have the money for a mattress, so why get a mattress if I don't have the money and I'm just fine the way it is? So he eventually found this foam factory that was down the street from his work, and he found out that they had a foam outlet. Basically, they just cornered off a small section of the manufacturing floor, and they would put their discarded pieces of foam that they never used, they'd put them up for sale. These pieces right here cost $45 a piece. And he said, well, I bought this, let's give it a try. Just buy one of them, see if you like it. If not, then I can use it for something of whatever I want to do. And I said, fine, just to make you happy, I'll get 1 piece of foam. So we go to the factory, we buy the 1 piece of foam. It's an interesting size. To set it up, what he did is he took 6 paint cans, placed them underneath this piece of wood, and set this bed piece on top. And he said, sleep on that. And it was so comfortable, and it felt so great. And I brought it back to Chicago. Then the next week I went home, I bought another one, and it was really soft, and I had 2 of them stacked on top of each other, which makes it like really soft. Like I'm a big guy, so like being this soft, it kind of weighed down on itself. I wound up picking up a 3rd one. I've had it ever since 2005. No, I take it back. I've had this set up ever since 2007-ish, so almost 10 years. I've been rotating between these 3 pieces of foam because this one would get a little soft. What I would do is I'd take either the middle or the bottom one and I'd switch it to be on top, and then I'd rotate through doing that. But it's 2017. Those have traveled and been folded and been used in so many places, they've just worn themselves out. So I decided to get a new mattress, and I thought I would do this for myself because my sleep has really been suffering over the past year or so. So that's why I got the Purple Mattress. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I need to get the frame assembled so I can see how much space it's going to take up, so I can put it in the bedroom and not inflate the mattress, but let the mattress like re-expand to its full size. So this will be really interesting. So here comes the adventure now. Alright, so I think I have the shot set up how I want it to. Anyways, I think I'm going to have to edit that sound out. So I think I have the shot lined up how I want it to be, so I think this is going to be a time lapse of me building the frame. So let's go! To get this project underway, I'll be using every man's best tool, a steak knife and a Gerber that I got when I was a child. So yay for not having proper tools for the job. Alright, so I got the majority of the frame. I have all the frame put together except for the headboard add-on pieces. I don't have a headboard. I've never had a headboard. One small step at a time. I just got my first mattress. So now I gotta take out the old pieces and I gotta figure out where and how I want to put this in my room because I think I want to rotate it a little bit. I don't know. I gotta play around with that. So right on back to speeding up the video footage to cut out all the boring stuff. These lights are really bright and warm. So basically, I'm gonna bring in the big purple mattress and set it up and let it inflate, and I've gotta go in like 10 minutes to jail. This is 111 pounds, and I'm already tired. They gave me a little envelope opener to cut through the packaging. But I feel like this is going to be a good spot for the bed. It's a little bit different direction. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's just different. I'm trying different right now. So I'm going to put this up on the frame, open it up, and see what happens. It says keep out of reach of children. I don't even think kids can lift this. Okay, this is kind of crap. I'm going to go get an actual pair of scissors. You're only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the video for now. I've got to go to jail. I have to be there in like 4 minutes, and I still got to get my actual clothes on. So I'll finish putting my room together when I get back, and I'll give you my first impressions. Whew. Yeah, there's my light set up. I gotta turn off the ceiling lights. There we go, studio light. So I got back from jail like an hour ago and I didn't close my camera, so the battery just drained. So I imported all the video from the first set of stuff I did into the computer. That's loading into Final Cut right now. Bed has been sitting here. As you can see, it's fully up, much thicker than my old pads, much larger. I decided to switch the placement just to give myself something a little bit different to try as far as sleeping positions go. I'm gonna finish setting up my room real quick. I'll probably turn this into like another montage video or just a speed lapse video real quick just to get my bed set up so you can see kind of what this all looks like. And then I will give my setup review because I want to give it a couple nights. I want to give it a couple days before I actually give it like a product review because it's a sleeping thing and my sleeping is very messed up right now because it's almost 1 in the morning right now. So let me just quickly get the rest of my room set up and then I'll sit down and do a setup review and give you my initial thoughts so far. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. Okay, the bed is set up, everything is basically how I want it to so I can sleep at night, but this is the initial setup review. It's not bad. It's not a bad setup process. The frame that the bed is sitting on is very lightweight. That wasn't a problem at all. I had one small problem getting the latch that locks the legs into place. Out of the 8 locking arms, only one of them didn't line up right. That's why you kind of see me like hammering it in real fast and then using pliers to screw it on to make sure that's all tight. That was really easy to maneuver into place. It's a queen size mattress, so 111 pounds, about 50 kilograms. Kind of heavy to manipulate, but it's a large bed, larger than what I'm used to anyway, so of course that's going to be heavier than what my old mattresses were, as you saw me hauling them in 3 separate pieces and that big piece of wood. Like it's just weight, it is what it is. Getting the mattress out was not as easy as I thought it was going to be and as easy as all the videos and commercials made it look. Like, you get this blade that you saw me, like it's like a letter opener, and you're just supposed to use that all the way down the case, except it wouldn't go through the zipper, which you saw me rip off. It didn't go through the, I don't even know how to describe it. It was a type of fiber that was used to kind of secure the ends of one eye. It didn't cut through that. It cut through the plastic pretty well, but I mean, I grabbed a pair of scissors that cut through it just infinitely faster. Getting that open, just the smell of plastic hits you right in the face. And I know that sounds really weird, and you saw it was really wrapped in saran wrap, so I thought, okay, so maybe it's just the saran wrap. I struggled getting all of that off, and I said, screw it, so I grabbed my scissors and just started cutting and ripping it. It didn't just unfold into the plastic sealed bag like it said it should. And I don't know if that's like a shipping thing or if everyone has that problem, but that was kind of cumbersome. So I grabbed the letter opener thing again and just ran it across. Apparently I went too deep, and at that point I punctured the sealed bag and it immediately started inflating on itself. That was a little irritating. You kind of saw me like laughing, so then I just cut it and moved it into place, and I took care of all of that stuff and threw it all away. The smell didn't go away though. I thought maybe it'll just kind of air out on its own, but you can see I'm sweating from moving all that stuff around. I mean, it's kind of heavy and kind of cumbersome, and I'm a big guy, so don't let this, fool you. That smell is still there. I'm going to be sleeping in that. I'm going to be sleeping on that, I think. So that's a little bit worrisome. Hopefully that goes away very soon. I'll leave my door open a little bit later, and I'll turn some fans on to try to circulate the air, but I think the smell is probably the most off-putting thing of the whole setup process. I just wasn't expecting it to be that strong. But once the bed was all out, you saw me putting on the sheets. It was real easy to move it around. It was real easy to slide it on place. So the bed doesn't lock into the frame in any way. There's no little bars holding it in position. I don't know if that's gonna be a problem. I move a lot at night. I'm a very active sleeper, so I'm interested to see how this will work. It was really strange putting all the pillows back on the bed because I've never had that much room to put all my pillows. I have a lot of pillows. I'm probably gonna buy some new pillows because those are really old and they're really flat, and I'm starting to have to stack just to get a decent level of comfort. So I need to buy like new bed coverings, new pillows, some extra sheets to throw on the bed. My cousin Erin brought that down for me when she was here about a month or two ago, which was really nice of her. you saw the whole setup process from all packaging to being set up and ready to sleep in. So, I mean, out of difficulty, I'd say 4 out of 5 just because it was heavy. That's the only real, everything is super easy. The instructions are super simple, and it's just 2 big screws holding the 2 separate frames together into 1 big frame. And the frame is light and easy to put. I mean, it was really simple. The only difficult part was the excess plastic on the mattress itself. I gotta say though, it was real simple, it was real easy. I'll give you a sleep review video probably in a couple of days, so this is definitely gonna be just a part 1 video reviewing the bed setup, because I don't want to give it just like 1 night. I want to try to give it a couple of nights to see how I feel, and then I'll give you my review. I'm gonna have my friends Charlie and Dee sleep in the bed. We're gonna do like a sleepover thing so they can get their initial thoughts, because I know they wanted to try the mattress out and get my feedback. So I said we'll do a sleepover party. I'll sleep on a piece of foam. Surprise! I'll sleep on a piece of foam. You guys sleep in the bed. Like, we'll see what happens, and I'm very curious to see. So if you have any questions, or you want to know anything, which would be any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. Like I said, wait a couple of days for my sleep review video. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe if you wanna see, and make sure you get the video. So hit the notification, which is a little bell button next to the subscribe button. Thanks for waiting, and I'm gonna try to get this video up as fast as possible. So it's 1 a.m. Hopefully it'll be up by 2, and then I can get my first night's sleep on my new mattress. So I will catch you all later.